today's result report and season 3, episode 1. This is Isaac. We're all here with
Adam Morton
and JD Bont.
And yes, we are. And our producer, our cameraman is Elliot Young. Say hi. And get back out of the camera, please. Anyway,
in today's video, we're talking about our opinions on the March Madness projections for what seeds each team is gonna get.
Also known as Bracketology.
And throughout the video, we will be telling you the scores and showing you the scores and upcoming games.
If it shows football, it'll say like if it's in 178 days. See, this is in like 180 days or something like that. I just forgot to edit. See, it happens in August. This is in August. Okay.
Anyway, so for our number 1 seeds, we have right now Alabama, Duke, Florida, Auburn, Duke, Florida, and Houston. Now,
Where is Purdue?
All right,
Purdue is the 1 seed.
I'm gonna be first.
Auburn, we know, has already won the SEC championship.
They've been the dominant team all season long.
With denied.
Their 2 losses are to Duke and Florida, who are ranked number 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And I think Duke definitely deserves the
Duke
number
has
1
a
seed.
stacked starting lineup. It's like almost their whole entire starting lineup is going to the NBA draft and going to get drafted pretty early.
As for Houston, a late uprising comer.
Yep.
They were ranked, I think we had them 13th. They were ranked 13th, so we had them at about a 3 seed earlier. But now
they were a 2 seed in their last.
I don't know if I trust Houston yet. They're in the Big 12, which isn't that very. They're pretty good, yeah. But they beat Iowa State without Iowa State's 2 best players, and they only beat Iowa State by like 10. So
yeah,
I don't know.
That's why I think
our final number 1, the 3rd overall seed for us is Florida.
Florida is going to win it all.
They have a big offense.
I mean,
our 2 seeds are Tennessee, Alabama, Iowa State, and Michigan State.
For me personally, I think right off the bat that with these last 2 games, Houston and Tennessee could maybe interchangeable.
Bandwagon.
I think right now Tennessee's playing at a very high level of basketball, and
I disagree with that. They only beat Alabama by 1 on a very late. Maybe it was by 3, I forget. By some late buzzer shot.
Okay. As for Alabama, I deserve they are gonna be a 2 seed. They may drop to a 3, but that's not very low. They're definitely okay. As for Iowa State, I mean, it's all about if they're healthy, but we'll see about that. As for Michigan State, they have a big game right now. Halftime versus Wisconsin.
They're up 42-41.
They're up 42-41. This could be a big game. I think if Michigan State loses this game,
I'm moving Wisconsin up to a 2.
If Wisconsin wins, they're going to move up to a 2.
Our 3 seeds are St. John's, Wisconsin, Texas Tech, and Purdue. We've kind of explained Wisconsin's offense is really on fire.
So far they are the best free throw shooting teams ever in D1 history.
St. John's is. I don't know why people keep having them as 4 seed. I think they're 3 seed caliber.
Yep. As for Texas Tech and Purdue did show some struggle versus Michigan State and Michigan, but had a nice win versus UCLA. I think they could stay at that 3 seed if they win out their next 3 games. But if they manage to drop 1 game, I think the 4 seed is looking very reasonable.
Okay, buddy, slow down.
Depends on the Big Ten tournament. That is massive as well.
Yes.
4 seeds: Michigan, Clemson.
No, we didn't mention Texas Tech.
Oh yeah, Texas Tech.
For Texas Tech, I think they're
a win against Houston.
Really good win against Houston.
4 seeds are Michigan, Clemson, Missouri, and Louisville. I feel like that they might be a little high, but like
that might be.
Kentucky and Texas and both lost yesterday. I'm moving them up.
Louisville is a legit contender in the ACC.
Missouri doesn't really have anything that's going to make them With Auburn winning yesterday, the SEC, they don't have to worry about that SEC championship. I think they could definitely stay at 4. As for Michigan, that big game versus Michigan State at the end of the season could be a make or break for their 4 seed. If they win, I say they keep their 4 seed. If they lose, though, depending on the other games, I think we could see them drop down to a 5 seed.
Very well.
Texas A&M,
they've lost 4 in a row, and they're just not looking like they.
I think they'll move down to a 6. As for St. Mary's, who in the right mind would put St. Mary's at 5?
They're a ranked team. They're good.
Someone's got to get Derek Queen. Maryland's got to get Derek Queen not in foul trouble and get him to score a lot.
And BYU is definitely a good contender, considering their schedule upcoming.
So Marquette, they've been losing a bunch. I just thought,
they've started. They're kind of.
They were really good, but
Memphis, I think if they win out their next games and some things happen, they could definitely move up to a 5 seed because they're a winning team. Ole Miss, I don't know if they'll move up to that 5 seed
They're in
yet,
a really hard
considering they're playing the really hard SEC.
Vanderbilt up because they keep beating ranked teams. They
I
beat
know.
Texas A&M and Missouri this week. They keep getting big wins that I think it's gonna bump up their.
And I think if Oregon can win out in the Big Ten and do a decent job in the Big Ten tournament, could definitely keep that 7 seed. As for Arizona and UCLA, Arizona doesn't have as much conference play to worry about, but UCLA definitely has to have a good showing performance, and they may even get moved up to a 6 seed if someone.
Arizona's lost 4 of 6.
Yeah.
Our 8 seeds are Mississippi State, Kansas, Illinois, and New Mexico.
Okay, right off the bat, I have a problem with this.
What?
Kansas is ranked what right now?
They're not ranked. They're unranked.
Alright, but Kansas and Mississippi State
Mississippi
are both
State's ranked, but they're not going to be ranked.
they're definitely good teams, and I think putting them at an 8 seed is too cruel. Okay, 9 seeds: Gonzaga, UConn, Utah State, and Baylor.
Gonzaga has had a disappointing season so far.
Yes, definitely. After the past seasons we've seen,
UConn is definitely disappointing.
Georgia, Xavier, Creighton, and West Virginia. I think that Creighton is a good, solid team, but I don't think if they're not going to win the Big East and they're not going to move up. Georgia, if they have some good wins,
they just beat number 3 Florida and they destroyed Texas yesterday. 2 huge wins for their bubble, so I'd really bump them up.
As for Xavier, they beat
Creighton by 22.
They beat Creighton. They beat St. John's, and did they beat UConn? They beat UConn as well. Those are all good quad 1 wins, and if they can get far in the Big East tournament, I think they're a legit contender.
Another 10, West Virginia.
Yes.
They've been struggling lately. Arkansas had a horrible loss yesterday. They dropped down to 11. North Carolina, Ohio State also struggling.
North Carolina's been really disappointing.
11 seeds also that are going to be in the first 4. Indiana and Villanova both sneaking into that tournament.
I think they're going to lose.
Okay,
I think if they lose one game, they're going to get out.
Villanova's the nation's top scorer. Just a few 12 seeds.
They are?
Yale, McNeese, Drake, and then the play-in San Diego State and Nebraska.
I think that for Yale, especially for Drake and Yale, I think that they could move up to an 11 seed with their wins right now because Drake's a 25-3 team, and that's really hard to do no matter your schedule. So I think they could legit move up a couple. As for San Diego State, Nebraska, personally for that game, I think I got Nebraska. Nebraska can have some off games, but they can have some legit on games.
They lost to Purdue by 36.
Rest 13 seeds: Utah Valley, Akron, James Madison, and Liberty. 14. Lipscomb, Chattanooga, Montana, and High Point. 15 seeds: Towson, Norfolk State, Central Connecticut, and Bryant. 16 seeds: Marist, American. Then for the play-in, we have Southern against Southeast Missouri and Robert Morris versus Omaha. The teams that are on the bubble: first team out is Boise State, second Oklahoma, third Cincinnati, fourth Texas, 5 Northwestern, 6 SMU, 7 VCU, and 8 Utah.
I think for me, Oklahoma and Texas could definitely make the tournament.
Yeah,
they gotta have to win, but they could definitely make it.
So I'm gonna ask some questions to you guys. So who do you think coming into this tournament can be a real underdogs and for other people to watch out for their brackets?
Definitely Vanderbilt.
Purdue.
Vanderbilt, definitely. I mean, they've won some great SEC games.
I'm gonna say Yale is definitely one I'd watch out for. Last year they were 13 seed. They beat 4 seed Auburn. John Poulikitis came up big, and they shoot a lot of threes, but they're really good at it. And I would watch out for Yale. I would pick Yale in my bracket.
I would watch out for Missouri because they're a high-scoring team. They've had some good wins.
UConn, they're just such a good tournament team, even though they didn't show it in their regular season games. I mean, they stay at a 9 seed and they're gonna play Mississippi State. If they play Mississippi State, that will be a good game to watch out for. But if they play anyone else, I think they have a good shot at moving on.
Hear me out. I think Florida is gonna win it all because they got some good guards. They beat Auburn
But they also lost to Georgia.
That's going to be all for this result report episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep an eye out if you're wondering where your teams are. If you did not hear your team on there in their small school, I don't know. I just looked out for it. If you did hear them and they might be a bubble team, they're going to the NIT. And yeah, that's all. I'm Isaac Woodall.
I'm JD Vaughn.
And I'm Adam.
I'm Elliot.
See ya.
See ya.
See you.